Hi, welcome to Todd's Tips. I'm Todd Barsness, a full-time voiceover talent, and Todd's Tips is a feature of VO Marketing Pro. Now, if you'd like more information about VO Marketing Pro or anything else related to voiceover, just visit our Facebook page, website, or contact us via email. The links are located here.
Hey, thanks for joining us for Todd's Tips. That's my dad, Todd, over there. He's been in voiceover for 14 years, full-time. I just started my 4th year of voiceover full-time just in April, and we do videos like this for voice actors and the voiceover world. If you think you need any help with anything like that, we offer 2 things. We got VO Marketing Pro, which is for people who have more money than time and they want emails, direct emails sent on their behalf. You can get a hold of John Barsness at VO Marketing Pro if you're interested in that, or if you don't know, you can ask him and us, and we'll help you get into the best, program
situation for you,
path that will fit for you. And then we also do a little bit for people who are newer to direct marketing. Maybe they're newer to voiceover in general, or they just need some good old encouragement. We have a group that we run on a private Facebook. So if you're interested in something like that, it's cheap. It's only $50 a month. And you can get a hold of John Barsness at VO Marketing Pro once again to see if you'd be a good fit. Anyway, enough of that. I'm Hudson, by the way, if you're new. If you're not new, thanks for going through that with us. We know it's boring, but we got to do it. We're going to talk about Todd's Tips. Dad's going to give us something to think about like he always does. If this is your first time here, check our Todd's Tips playlist. There's a lot of good stuff there, a lot of good videos, plenty of videos that we've done regarding voiceover. So anyway, I'll give it over to you, Dad.
Great. Well, thank you for that. This is Todd's Tips. That's the name of this feature, these videos. If you've been with us for a while, you know that probably for over a year, we were doing Todd's Do's and Don'ts kind of under the umbrella of Todd's Tips. Now we've taken a little bit of a venture off, and we're talking about detour. 7 building blocks to VO success. It's a book that I'm writing, and everything that I talk about is based on those 7 building blocks. After being in business for 14 years now, I've just watched the industry. I've watched how I've been successful, and I just know this is the way you need to think about the VO business and the industry. And so we're just taking a few weeks here, 7 to be exact, to talk about those 7 building blocks. Last week, we talked about the first one. The most important one is who I listen to. If you can imagine a house being built or a pyramid or whatever, there's right on the bottom, the foundation, who I listen to. And I won't go into details, just watch last week and you'll get all the information. Then there's mindsets. That's foundational building block number 2. Out of that, business mindsets, then processes, simple processes that work, and then working those processes, marketing on top of that, audio and equipment on top of that, and performance at the top. So you can see that it's kind of totally flipped around from what you normally hear in the industry. And that's just based on my experience and success. And so today we're going to be talking about mindsets. And just by the way, real quickly, these are logical they're logically ordered, not chronologically. Of course, you're going to be working on your performance and getting your equipment and developing marketing strategies and processes, of course, throughout this. But right from the bottom, this is where you really need to focus. Who am I going to listen to? And then mindsets. So we're talking about mindsets, building block number 2. So you listen to most VO industry pundits, and you'll hear the vast majority focus on performance. Many will talk about equipment. There's plenty of talk about marketing out there, and some mention running your voiceover career as a business, as they should. And a very few talk about mindsets. But you listen carefully, and you'll see that most of them just talk about mindsets. Why? Well, teaching and coaching mindsets is just simply hard to scale. It's hard to do mass mindset coaching. It just is. It's best done one-on-one because everybody is unique. And it's just hard to make money when you're doing just one-on-one coaching and not trying to scale that to bigger groups. But make no mistake about it, your mindset sets the stage for everything else. everything else. If you have everything else in place and in good working order, but you have a weak mindset, you will not last. If you want to hear more about mindsets, tune in to my 2 minutes of VO Tough Love on the VO Marketing Pro Facebook page every Tuesday and Thursday. I also have about a 2-hour video coming out soon that highlights 20 mindsets for the long journey to VO success. And you can just contact John Barsness at vomarketingpro.com. Hudson also mentioned that private Facebook group for $50 a month that really focuses on mindsets. Yes, there's methodology, but there's basically mindsets. You want to find out more about that, John Barsness at vomarketingpro.com. What are the mindsets? Well, I have 20 or so, but mindsets like it's a numbers game. Now, what does that specifically mean? Everybody says numbers game, but I want you to know exactly what I mean by that. And long haul mentality, everybody says that. But what do I mean by that? Or how about a mindset of studio nearness? What does that mean? How about being easy to work with and flexible? What do I mean by that? Well, I mean something quite different than a lot of other people. How about you can't do everything? That's another mindset. Or how about one that's really controversial, having your rates be per project or filling up your day? And what does that really mean? Bottom line is this, and I could go on and on and on about mindsets. Focus on other things without paying very close attention to your mindsets, and you will be headed for trouble. Mark my words. But if you have solid mindsets, you can overcome a lot of things. I mean, a lot of things. You can overcome maybe not being the greatest in your performance. You can overcome maybe not having the perfect marketing plan. You can overcome maybe being a little clunky in your processes. You can overcome a lot if you have the right mindsets. And so that's why after who you listen to, mindsets is the most important building block foundationally.
Well, thank you for going through those. I'm looking forward to these because these are all things that you have kind of instilled into my business as I go on into my 4th year and stuff like that. So I've heard a lot of this stuff, but it's always good to rehash these 7 building blocks. They're very helpful. They've been helpful for me. But just a comment about who we are if you're new to this. Like I said it before, Dad's been in voiceover for 14 years. He's never done any coaching, never had a single paid coaching gig. And I mean it. The last 8 years, he's made 6 figures in voiceover alone. The last 7 years have been over 200,000 plus, and the last 4 years have been 300,000 and up. So just to put some weight to his name, because we are in front of a camera. I say this a lot, but we just like to reiterate. In this day and age, cameras are plentiful, microphones are plentiful. People can just get on with their phone and just say, this is what you're supposed to do. And they look like an expert. So we also give our numbers. That's why I told Dad's numbers last year. Last year I made $45,000, and this year I'm on pace for 80. And that's what I wanted to go for. And so we do that because we think it's important to be transparent. So if you ever have questions about that stuff or anything like that, feel free to ask us. We just think that's a big deal for people who are in front of a camera, coaching, talking about voiceover. Wow, you sound like you're knowledgeable. Show me the proof that you're knowledgeable by what you make.
And it might be, according to these building blocks, it might be the most important thing. I think it is, who you listen to. That's the decision you have to make. And that's why we get in front of the cameras and give our numbers regularly. The exact
Rain or
numbers
shine.
to the cent. We give it. Why? Because there's just so many talking heads out there, and we just don't want to be part of that.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Next up, we will be, whenever you watch it, I guess I should say, we do our numbers every Friday, tell you all of our jobs, stuff like that, what it looked like. John will be here from VO Marketing Pro, and we'll talk about how their week went for direct email marketing. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out. If you're if you're watching this and you haven't seen our numbers videos, go on over to our numbers playlist. Plenty of videos from the past. You can see my journey through the years so far, how it's gone for me, and then you can maybe check out how I did this week. So anyway, thanks for joining us. Take care. Have a good week.
Thanks a lot for joining me for Todd's Tips. And if you'd like more information about VO Marketing Pro or anything else related to VO, the links are listed here.